So we essentially live in an LC universe. It's an LC circuit, Rotarian mechanics or Rotarian mirror. So in the blue, we have the X factor. In the red, we have the Y factor, yin and yang. First, we have the sound circuit, which is a parallel circuit. Now, this is an emulation of a stator. And inadvertently, this circuit looks closed, but it's actually open. And this is alternating current. EMF acts as electromagnetic coil because it alternates. Alternating current, cold, static, infinite. So it's a parallel circuit, sound, spatial dimension, acts as an open circuit, infinite. It's got zero resistance because there's zero resistance in space. It oscillates forever. X square, which is the square area, static, AC of leptons. Ununiformed time. It's timeless energy in space. It generates a body of direct flow underlined due to fluid mechanics. So we use parallel circuits for sound circuits like radios. Now here's the Y, nuclear. This is electrical, this is the nuclear. Hot and finite. So now we have the direct current of plasma of stars that acts as direct flow or current flow. Capacitance, time and spin. Now invertedly, this circuit looks open, but it's actually closed. And this is the rotor. So you have the stator and the rotor. And this is our electromechanical engines and motors. And most of our planetary gear sets follow planetary gear sets, planetary physics. So, and this is a series circuit, whereas this one's parallel. So this series circuit is light. This is the temporal dimension. Acts as a short circuit, plasma arc, body of the stars. Y pi. Hot plasma re-emits EMF in the form of a coiled electromagnetism. Reuniform from static into an inline currency. Uniformed time. Mass decay body of time. So a star is essentially like a series circuit. Prior to the singularity, everything that birthed the singularity is a sound oscillation. And it's all parallel. It only has magnitude. This would be your vector. This would be your magnitude. Or scalar, which has magnitude. Anything that has mass that you can measure has direction. So it has a vector quantity. Now the reason why the universe is Rotarian, because at the last stage of any kind of emission is a quasar. It's the largest and the last emission of light that is going to exist. And every one of these are angled all perpendicular from one another. That means no quasar is exactly perfectly parallel with another one in space somewhere. There's so many degrees, infinite degrees of freedom in space that the probability of two of them being exactly parallel is almost impossible. But it's still likely, considering the possibilities. You have to figure that none of this light is just going to disappear that emits from a quasar, and it's continuing to travel. Now all of these lines, intersecting lines, would be a quasar out in space somewhere, angled and emitting light both ways from a north and a southern pole, which of course in space there's no north or south, but you can get a north and south pole from a flat disk. And this is where the Rotarian mechanics come in, because all of these quasars essentially in this area are going to curve back in on itself. And that's where you're going to get essentially another singularity. Basically, the universe has no choice but to curve back in and be reborn, because nothing stops moving. And the mass of space feels all of that energy inside it. So all of that weight that's not there anymore is still there, because everything just went right back to where it came from. So all of this electromagnetic AC current is acting as a stator. Essentially, it's going to generate a rotor inside of it once again, which would be another temporal dimension or another universe that can be measured with a decay rate that we call time and entropy. So the sound births the light, and then that light is really loud, birthing sound again that lingers in space as electromagnetic radiation and AC oscillations with zero resistance.